Today's Zoom with Dr. Prabhu. So my name is Angie. I'm from Singapore, but I was born in Malaysia, Bukit Mertajam, Penang. Yeah, so I'm here in already citizen of Singapore. Before I start, we have to show appreciation to our company because of this COVID season, and it is the right time the company launched this terahertz water device that can help many people to increase the immune system, and also it will give us a very good marketing plan that can help us to own this device free. So regarding how to own it free, you can ask the person who introduced you, can detailedly tell you. So today is actually we are very proud to get Dr. Prabhu to share with us. Dr. Prabhu is an epigenetic doctor from India, then right now stationed in Malaysia, Penang, and he is very generous and willing to share with us about his knowledge about today's topic is about gut health, and also how is it related to the terahertz water. Yeah, of course we want to thank to George who is bringing this device into Malaysia first in somewhere in October 2019, and in Singapore is January 2020. So Singapore, the main distributor is Lydia. So she is my friend and introduced me this device. So I would like to thank to her as well. So myself, I start to use this device is in the end of March. Why? Same with the others. At first, it's just can see just a normal water, but surprisingly, in a 3 months time, I saw the Lydia's husband, the bald hair, start to grow. And at this moment, I also encounter to see my high cholesterol is out of spec already. So it is there's a push and pull button that engage me to have this device at home. So in fact, myself is a senior engineer in a semiconductor wafer fab. So all the while I'm doing the technology transfer. So I when get to know this, understand more about this device, I know that this is something high tech. It's something high tech. Why I say that? Because right now we are having the 5G mobile network, right? But the scientists already start to do the research on the 6G. And the 6G actually is using the terahertz wavelength. Yeah, and then this wavelength, in fact, is already used in the medical and the custom, which is we didn't know. Right now, I know about it because it's the face recognition one. Yeah. So all these things is something happened in surrounding us that we didn't know. So there are many people still not aware about this, and this is our job to educate the people around what is terahertz, what is radiation, how we to overcome this radiation, because we have a Wi-Fi all over. So we have to find a solution to reduce this kind of the radiation risk and how to prevent from the COVID. Right now, COVID is very serious. Yeah. Okay. So without further delay, I would like to pass this mic to Akansha. Is from India, a daughter of Dr. Prabhu. So I pass the host to Dr. Prabhu so that Dr. Prabhu can share the slide. Yeah. So now we officially pass the mic to Dr. Prabhu. Okay, I pass the mic to Dr. Prabhu. So in fact, this device has helped me and my family a lot. And along the way, these few months, my son are healthy. We save a lot in the medical fee. I also bought some device to my sisters, my auntie, my parents-in-law. All are free already. So-called we are using the free device. So yeah, maybe we can start. Just now your question is how long it can be used. So 50,000 times. If you take care properly, it can use up to 10, 20 years, no problem. The device is not the filter. It don't touch your water. Yeah, and it will works well with your water filter. If you don't have water filter, the company give out the free filter inside the package. So it works well with the supplement as well. better absorption rate. Yeah. So maybe we let Dr. Prabhu to explain more how does our health related and how this terahertz water help in our gut health. Yeah, Dr. Prabhu or Akansha, please.
Yes, so very good morning, Angie, and good morning to everyone that has joined in. Probably let's just share the screen and then I'll just take about 5 to 10 minutes to just give the basic introduction, and then Dr. Prabhu will come in. Okay, so while we are waiting to start off the presentation, so all right, yes, I can see it start off. Okay, so let's start off. These are the few guidelines that we usually follow during the webinar. So please switch off your video if you're not in the proper attire, right? Do not intercept in between by unmuting your device, okay? And do not allow your children to disrupt the flow of presentation. Those of you that are on unmute, please mute. All right, please keep checking that you have muted your device, because while the speaker is speaking, if there is a sudden sound or people talking, the flow of the entire thing gets interrupted. So please ensure that you are always checking that you're on mute. Okay, as far as possible, please do keep a pen and paper to write down the important points that we are sharing. And we appreciate if you do not ask medical questions or medical issues as far as possible, because it is a very huge topic and you must meet your doctor to inquire more details. And please enjoy the presentation. This is supposed to improve your knowledge, and we welcome all the participants who have been with terahertz for all this while to share your experience after the session. Okay, so let's start off today's session with a quote which says, change the way you look at the world and the change will make a change in your life. So Dr. Prabhu has put down this quote. So let's go into a bit more of what exactly that is saying. So if you're saying that, what exactly is a change? Change is basically everything in your mind. It is the way that you look at things, and it is the way that you decide on how you want to look at a situation, right? So if we are going to see everything as a problem, then everything in your life is going to start with a problem. But if you say, all right, this is a situation, I want to find a solution for it, you are capable of finding more than one solution for it, right? So even with regards to health, this is what we say. So just change the perspective that you're looking through, right? The life is beautiful. God has given us everything that we want. There are a lot of people who are not gifted with what we have. So let's be thankful for whatever that we have today. Let's be thankful and say that, you have given me the best, and I will see how to, take care of my health better. Look at what is going to be best for me. All right. So today's is episode 8, gut health part 2. So we will do a proper revision on what we did in the last session, right? So we are bringing you health through the revolution of water. And Golden Hands Epigenetic Solutions is a company that was formed by Dr. Prabhu over 20 years back, right? It started with Golden Hands. So Dr. Prabhu is in the medical field. He has been a doctor for the last 32 years. Okay. I think someone's mic is unmuted. Can everyone mute? Because I still hear some sounds.
I will mute it, Akanksha, then I will unmute you. Okay.
All right. Perfect.
I'm going to. Okay, you're.
I've unmuted myself.
Okay. Good.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So as I was saying, so Golden Hands is the company that was formed in Malaysia over 20 years back. Dr. Prabhu has been a medical surgeon for the last 32 years. So his field is ear, nose, and throat. Apart from this, he's called the Epigenetic Wellness Consultant. He has a diploma in epigenetics from a UK, what is that, a college, right? So this is something that is really great, because this diploma has been given to less than about 100 people all over the world, right? So epigenetics is a very new subject that has been in the I think in the Asian market for the last few years, right? So epigenetics, when you say epigenetics, when you look at the European countries, it has been there for more than, 15, 20 years, where there are a lot of scientists doing lots and lots of research. So when we are in the hands of golden hands, what are the things that we were into? So we are into the preventive healthcare industry. And the first thing that we started off, Dr. Prabhu started off with doing research on energy fields, human energy fields. So when he started that off, he understood how important it is for us to have our mind in the right state. So we felt that mind, body, and soul has to be in sync with each other for us to have a beautiful life that we usually have, right? So in BioVibes, he has checked over 20,000 people, and we have come to a lot of conclusions, and he'll be releasing his book soon with regards to the same. After this, after we got into the energy fields, we went to the body part of it. So when we went to the body, we saw that there were so many things in the world where a lot of scientists are doing many things. So you ask, what is epigenetics? Epigenetics is basically the study at a cellular level. So basically we're going to go to the cellular level, and then we're going to see what are the issues that the body has, right? So when you are speaking with regards to a doctor looks at your entire body at a third level, right? So epigenetics looks at the basic level, at the start of diseases. So when you're looking at the start of something, you are able to help your body better, either to prevent a disease or to manage an existing disease in a better way. All right. So with regards to when we came into epigenetics, we were astounded to see the kind of devices that were there. So one that was very prominent was hair profiling, where we take 3 strands of your hair and we are able to tell you over 117 deficiencies in your body, right? So this helps us see in a real time what exactly is happening in your body at the moment. The same goes with bioquantum analysis. So bioquantum, hunter, and hair profiling are almost the same, right? Where it tells you what is happening at the cellular level at the moment. Okay, so then beyond this, there was microcirculation. So microcirculation we have been doing, where we see the live circulation of your body. Okay, all right. Now we can hear me, right? Okay, so as I was saying, we were talking about microcirculation. We have to understand that the whole body circulation is very important for us. It has to be in the right way, wherein the blood is going to take all the oxygen and nutrition to all over your body. Okay, so when we are looking at this during when we were going with microcirculation, there were a lot of things that we were able to pick up from microcirculation. This was the same live circulation that we are using even with terahertz, right? So when we were talking about epigenetics, we felt that water is the most important aspect, wherein water helps with a lot of different things. So before I go into that, can we go into the next slide, Dad? All right. So before I go into terahertz and with regards to water, a small recap of what we did last week, right? Again, it was with regards to gut health. So gut, what do we call the gut? It is basically it starts from your mouth and ends at your anus, right? So it is the whole process of when we start chewing the food and the final thing of excretion. Okay, the oral cavity is where the digestion begins. What is the most important thing is that you should be chewing your food properly. So half of us, when we are eating, we barely chew our food. We are just going to chew it maybe maximum 4 to 5 times and then swallow it, right? This is a very wrong way of basically eating food. And we advise that every time you take a mouthful of food, chew it 21 times. Why 21 times? This is actually advised by the doctors, where they say that, when you're doing it these number of times, it is going to help with the first step of your digestion. So the mouth plays a first and important role. 21 times is important. Okay, swallowing of your chewed food, yes, definitely. No distraction while eating. We have a very bad habit wherein we do not eat without watching TV, or we have a mobile in our hand, or we are talking. right? So it is very important that you give your dedication to the food that you're eating. Why? Because this is the kind of energy that you're going to give your body, right? Maximum you would spend 10 to 15 minutes to eat. Why don't you give your body the right thing and the right way to digest your food? It not only starts with your mouth, it starts with your eyes. So there are a lot of senses that is involved with regards to you eating. What happens is when you're watching TV, when you're doing something else, your mind is distracted. It is not going to register what it is eating. It is not going to understand what is happening, right? So your mind has to register what it is eating. It has to understand what are the nutrients that are going in. So that way, let's understand that it is important with whatever that you're doing when you're eating. Okay, so 21 times eating, and concentrate on the food that you're having. It is 3 meals a day that we have, but these 3 meals are what is going to give you energy for the next 24 hours. Okay, all right, let's go into the next slide. This is our simple science that we have learned in school, right? Earth is covered by 70% of water. The same way our human body is also covered by 70% of water. Okay. Apart from this, we have the 5 elements of nature within us. So with regards to water, when we say 70%, that was the reason I said water is a very important role in our body, right? So water is going to help with so many different things. The first thing that it helps with is detoxification. Okay. And when we are talking about water, you will come and tell me, yes, I have been drinking 3 to 4 liters of water every day. Okay, what are you saying that you should be drinking water? Yes, we definitely agree that you are drinking water, but what is happening is, what is the kind of water that you're drinking? Okay, that is extremely important. So when we are saying the right kind of water, it should have the right frequency, it should have the right molecular structure, right viscosity. All of this we have never heard about. Let's say that we are not aware of all this. So today we want to make aware all of this with regards to water, how important it is to drink the right kind of water. And we are saying the right kind of water because terahertz is one in the market as such right now, where we find that it has the right qualities, where it is going to help with cellular hydration. All right. So now the quote which says that the universe began life with water, and so are we. The first thing that came on earth was water, after which only life forms started coming. Okay. If we swim, we move forward. If the water swims over us, we move backward. So let's say that you are swimming in the sea. If you're not doing anything, the water is going to pull you back to the shore. But if you're going to continuously put in efforts and swim, you're going to move forward. So let's take this water, take this opportunity, move forward in our health. Okay. Apart from health, yes, I'm sure that the company talks a lot of other things as well, where you're benefited monetarily, right? So we're not only looking at health. Okay. So today's topic is basically gastrointestinal health. Again, we are talking from the start of your mouth to the end. Okay, we are going to cover the esophagus and stomach. So last week's topic basically was more in detail with regards to the mouth, right? So esophagus is going to be from the throat down to your stomach. Okay, and then we're going to see how important it is, what are the functions that are happening there, how important is your gut health. All right. Dad will be taking up from the next slide.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So with regards to gut health, it is very important. Gut is supposed to be called the second brain. I want you all to listen. This is a very informative session, and I hope you gain all the knowledge that you're going to gain. And I will pass it over to Dr. Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Akanksha. A very blessed morning to all the distinguished guests from Malaysia, Singapore, India, and from all the other parts of the world. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. It's amazing that, we have completed 15 long days on this planet Earth, celebrating the new year. We all are in the mood. I know that most of you all probably are still in the gay mood of the new year, but on the other side we are all tensed up with the situation of the COVID and the vaccine, the cases are increasing. But whatever said and done, the whole responsibility is, as I showed you the quote, where you need to swim forward. Now, we all have to move forward, whether we like it or not. Every day the sun will rise, the day will start, and you have to move forward. There is no way you can talk anything under the sun about yesterday or day before yesterday, but it doesn't make sense for the reason that today is a new day, so you all need to start something new. So with this beautiful journey that today I have an opportunity to share this knowledge from the medical perspective, I believe that this will give you a lot of insight of how you all can handle your life and to swim and move forward. See, our aim is to move forward. Whatever information I give, pick it up and then start moving forward. So today, the commonest problems which we see in every other individual, as a doctor, I see is whatever I have put is all a little disease related, but I won't go into much of details about it. It's something like esophagitis is, burning in your throat. Then when you have gastritis is something, burning in your stomach area. Reflux is basically the acid coming back to your esophagus. And then, of course, if chronically you are having gastritis, it can go into an ulcer. And of course, cancer is another area where today it's quite common, people having cancer of the stomach. Now, whatever said and done, we need to understand that to prevent this situation, you need to go to the cellular level and start working. Now, the first step, as Akanksha was telling you very clearly, is whenever you're eating your food, your focus should be on the food. You need to enjoy every moment of the chewing to the swallowing, because once you swallow the food, it's not your business at all, because the body takes over the function and it is automated. Now, once it is automated, until the reflex you get for you to clear your bowels, you still don't know what's all happening inside you. There are thousands of metabolic situations happening in your body which you don't even know. But what we can do is, at least consciously, wherever we can put in our senses to the present moment, we would be able to do the justification of getting the right vibration of whatever we are doing. So in that way, when you focus on the food, be thankful, send a lot of love vibration to the food, and be in that moment of feeling of oneness with the universe, of that the food you got is an amazing blessing. There are so many other people in the world who don't have food to eat. So in that way, be thankful to the situation. So what happens is, all these common situations can be prevented. How is that? The very, very simple situation, as I'm not going to the disease, very simple. What you need to avoid, a very simple 3 steps. You should avoid hurry, worry, and curry. These are the 3 very, very important situations which leads to the initial stages, something called gastritis. Now, how does it happen? For example, you're in a hurry, rushing to do, probably your target achieving, or probably you're rushing to a particular appointment. It can be anything. Now, what happens is, if you can understand that without rushing, when you start going in a very calm situation to the particular whatever you want to do in your life, everything starts falling in place. The moment you start hurrying up, now what happens is, you are allowing your brain waves to go at a little higher speed. Now, beta waves, as you all know, is between 15 to 18 hertz, and it can go up to high beta waves is up to 30 hertz per second. Now, you lose your wisdom of understanding what is right and what is wrong the moment your brain waves goes to 18 cycles per second. Just note it down, 18 cycles per second. The moment brainwaves goes there, you lose your sense of understanding the right and the wrong, or the good and the bad, or the wisdom of choosing the right. So this is where you need to understand that when your brainwaves is going at probably 25 to 26 hertz per second, that means you will not be able to concentrate on that particular moment, for the reason, just simple example, you're driving your car, you wouldn't you wouldn't be able to apply the brakes at that right situation if your vehicle is to be stopped near a traffic light. What happens? You would be probably giving the accelerator, and then you will overshoot the signal light. Now what happens? The moment you overshoot the signal light, definitely there will be other vehicles coming in and chances are very high you will bang. Now what happened? It's because your brain waves has been going at a very high speed that you didn't understand that you were supposed to apply the brakes and stop at that. So this is a very small example I can give. In the same way, there are a lot of situations where you need to say no. You would have said yes in the discussion. This is what will happen when you're having your brain waves at a higher speed. So you need to avoid at all times hurrying up. You have to be very, very calm. The best option for you is when your brain waves is working between 7 to 8 hertz, which is what our terahertz is also resonating the water, and the water molecule is vibrating at that particular frequency. That means it's matching for you to be calm. Now, there are a lot of research done wherein you drink the terahertz water and your brain waves can come down. Your energy feels much more wider, and you become much more calmer, and your anxiety calms down. All these are happening probably because of the frequency. Now, when you understand consciously that you need to bring down your frequency for you to move forward, the simplest way I can guide you is just close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. Very simple. Breathe in and breathe out 9 times consciously. Take in deep breath and leave the breath out. This is one sets of thing you can do. The second, what you can do is take a deep breath for 5 seconds, hold the breath for 5 seconds, and leave the breath for 10 seconds. It's a very, very simple concept. Do it 9 times. If you have time, do it 21 times. It's always better you do the more number of times. If you can repeat it every 2-3 hours once in a day, definitely you will never hurry for anything. Second, worrying about a situation. Definitely the moment you start worrying, can you imagine, just visualize yourself, you're worrying a lot right now. You know what happens in your body? The whole blood flow all goes into a crampy situation. Your muscle starts becoming contracted. So what happens when everything starts compressing? What will happen? The blood flow to the particular area will be hampered. Just imagine if your brain blood flow is hampered a little bit, what will happen? You will start getting confused. Number one. Number two, when you're confused, how can you make a proper decision? Definitely there will be the wrong ways you will decide, and you will execute the wrong techniques and then the wrong methods. And this is where accidents happen. In my research on the energy fields, I found that people, worrying a lot, thinking a lot about what to do. All these situations only lead for your brain waves to go at a higher speed. The higher speed, the more problem for you. The less the speed, the more benefit for you. In this, one of the most beautiful example I can give you is, let's assume that I would give an example of Malaysia. We are going from Klang town to KL, which is around 30-35 kilometers. Just imagine you're going to take, there are 2 different trains available. One is a bullet train, one is a normal steam engine. If you're taking the bullet train, of course you reach very fast. But when you see in the windows, what can you see? Absolutely nothing, because the train is moving at a very, very high speed. So you cannot pick the important things what you're supposed to enjoy. The same thing when you go into a steam engine, which goes at a much slower pace. What happens? You can enjoy every moment of your journey in the train by seeing outside, wherein you can pick all the information and you can enjoy every beauty of this beautiful journey of the travel. So in the same way, when your brain waves is lower, you will be able to pick a lot of information. Even now, if whatever information I am talking to you, if you're not concentrating here and listening to what I'm telling, definitely you would definitely be in a situation where you will ignore what important messages I'm giving. Of course, your mind will be giving a lot of other distractive information. And at the end of the day, what will happen? You will still ask me the same question, which I already explained, that this is what is happening. And at the end of the day, you will ask me the same question, which is totally irrelevant because I have already given you the information. So you have to stop worrying. Then the third one is you should definitely stop eating the curries. That means a lot of spicy food, a lot of spices added into your food is not at all good in a long. Once in a while you want to eat a spicy, it's still okay. But still your body will not handle when it is too spicy. You will feel a burning sensation in your stomach. Maybe one time you feel a burning sensation is still okay. But if you're going to have a burning sensation for a day or two. Just imagine the stomach pain you get. I have seen enough of problems when people come to our clinic with severe stomach pain. We give them the injection, still it cannot come down. So what we do, we'll refer them to the hospital. So hospital will admit them, put on IV line, give the anti-gastric medication, anti-acid medication for 2 to 3 days, and then only slowly come down. Now imagine with curry, if this is the present situation of gastritis, what will happen? Slowly it becomes an ulcer. Now, ulcer is a very, very painful condition, and to heal, it takes a very, very long time. Ulcer doesn't happen overnight. So you need to really start taking more of alkaline food. Now, that is where our THZ water also assists you when you're drinking this water. It will definitely assist you in your digestive process. It will help you to neutralize your acidity. It will help you to, for a better absorption. Definitely this particular. Concluding this slide, I would say avoid your hurry, worry, and curry. These things, you need to look into it. Now, we need to get into the health part. Yes, what you need to understand is for you to be on the healthy journey of life, I would always say have an optimized health. You know, what is optimized health? Optimized health is basically you already function at the right level of healthy situation. But the moment you optimize by taking the right water, taking the right nutritious food, what happens? Your body is ready. Your body is ready to face any situation so that it can do the work of what you are supposed to in the right manner. So what happens? If your body can heal itself from any external threats or internal threats, that means your body is healthy. Very simple. That means in an example I can give you, if you are getting a mild fever and without taking any medication, by just probably drinking THZ water, because this is a testimony I got yesterday, wherein one of my doctor friends had given THZ water. This happened in India, where he gave the water to a person who had a very high temperature, and he just went and gave the THZ water. Can you believe? Within the next 30 minutes, the fever came down. So he was so happy. He said, "Doctor, we didn't give any medicine, but finally the patient was relieved from the fever, and just one dose of water." Now, I wouldn't know. Of course, there are a lot of other areas we need to look, but here this person benefited. So very important is absence of a disease is not a sign of good health. It's a little a tricky situation. Most of us think that just because you don't have a disease which is not seen in the blood or in an X-ray or in an MRI, you feel you're totally a disease-free. No, only when we check at the cellular level, that is where the hair testing has come into a vogue. And Cell Wellbeing is the only company in the world wherein they have come out with a scanner where 3 strands of hair, we can exactly tell you what's happening at the cellular level. Now, at the end of the day, a balanced mind, body, your soul, spiritually, financially, is the best option you all should have for you to move forward. Now, once again, going back to the little basics so that you understand how the disease process works in. Number one is the cell. Second, all the cells join together, form a tissue, tissue join to form an organ forms a human body. Now, as in the medical fraternity, what we do is we see everything at the organ level. Most of the time, the disease is already started manifesting and showing some signs and symptoms. This is where we look into. So what we are trained is, as a medical man, I would proudly say that we are trained to look for diseases and look for how to treat a disease and assess the disease. That is it. But we do not assess the disease process which started off at the cellular level. We don't go at the cellular level, because the moment you go to the cellular level, the concept is slightly different and we need to work in a different manner. The approach is more of holistic to assist at the cellular level. So the moment you start working at the cellular level, then the tissue levels become better. Then automatically the organ will definitely become better. And as a whole, your human body, as a whole organism, you will become much more healthier. So you need to look at the cellular level first for you to move forward. Now, this is where THZ has done a great job. The reason is the moment you drink the THZ water, what happens is you can see the cellular hydration within 20 minutes in your RBCs, wherein you can see the cell hydration. The cells become so round and beautifully hydrated. It's a live thing which your body is telling you. The body is really happy. So when you have the situation to see something at the cellular level, But of course, you may not be able to see how the vitamin C goes inside your cell, or vitamin D3 goes inside, and how it is going and functioning, how it is converting into ATP and all. Probably we don't need to go into a details at the cellular level too much. The reason is, for example, if you're going to bulb a small a bulb or a tubelight, are you going to ask these guys, hey, how the tungsten film is going to work, and how does the electricity goes inside? What does the bulb contain? Are you going to ask all these questions in the shop where you're going buying a bulb? No, isn't it? You just buy the bulb, come down, fix it up, and then you use it. So in the same way, there are a lot of things we cannot go into much details to find more details because it's not necessary. But be smart human being, that where you need to know the details in detail inside, please go and look into it. Where it is not necessary, do not get into it and then get confused. Now, good health and water is an integral part of our body and our life. As Akanksha has been repeatedly telling you, that the appropriate amount of water with the right properties, with the molecular structure, can assist your body to heal thyself. Heal thyself is nothing but healthy. All right. You want to be, the moment you use the word healthy to yourself, that means you're ready for your body to heal thyself. So you need to assist the body first to heal itself. But if you're assisting the body with chemicals, probably you're taking some tablets. Are you healing the body? No, you're not healing the body. You're only assisting the disease process to be restricted. So what you need to do, as you're taking medication, you need to be smart enough to understand how your body works. So you start looking into your own self before you look outside for solutions. Now, water plays a very, very important role in the body. It's basically a vessel. It is basically a transporter. So when you need a transporter, you need water. So when water is such an important integral situation for a transport in our body, it definitely carries nutrients to all the cells in our body. It definitely carries oxygen to the cells. It definitely helps to regulate the body temperature. Now, one of the important function of a water is to flush out the toxins and the waste which is created by the metabolism at the cellular level. Now here there is one, just you need to visualize, you eat your food full of oily, fried stuff you're eating. What will happen if you don't wash your hands? What will happen? The oil is sticky, isn't it? You will not be able to do any other thing. Now just visualize, you're eating the same food which is already gone inside. In your hand, of course, you can use the external soap for you to clean. You can use a soap to clean your vessels. Beautiful, isn't it? But let me tell you, when the same oily food goes inside, do you know how much of difficult situation your body goes through? Will it tell you, sir, please give me some soap, I need to wash this oily thing, which we don't need to? Now, are you consuming the right kind of oil to be absorbed and utilized in our body? No, we are taking all the oily stuff which is probably not at all suitable for our body, but we still consume. Now, you can consume a little bit of oil, but most of us, when you fry a particular stuff in the oil. Now, there is one thing I would like to share here is, most of you definitely would like to eat fried food, right? Okay, fine. Number one, for that, what you do, you're going to use the oil, right? There is one secret that you need to understand is, you can boil the oil for frying only 2 times. That's it. That means after that, you're going to throw it. Now imagine you're going to use a 5-liter oil and you're going to fry stuff. Probably you have a shop and then you fry the chicken or whatever food stuff. Then after that, 2 times you boil it and take it out. Do you think you're going to throw it out, or do you think the hotels are throwing it out? I don't think so. So the moment third time when you boil an oil, what happens? It becomes rancid. There is a lot of toxic elements happening inside the oil. And this is where in a long run, you just imagine yourself that you are consuming that food. It is a rancid oil going inside your body. What happens to your body? It finds it too difficult that to break it down and then throw it out. It becomes difficult. So it becomes a toxic fat. So automatically what happens? A toxic fat is the one your liver will pick it up and then put it under your stomach. Can you see the pot belly people with a huge stomach? Now what is happening? These guys are men or women, whatever kind of exercise they do, their stomach will never come down. Why? Because it's all the toxic fat which is collected inside the tummy there. Now, for you to remove that, there are a few steps you need to do. I would probably give you all those details as we go along. So please look into Just by drinking water, if you think that you're going to help your body, yes, it's a beautiful situation. But water is an important element to our body. But by just drinking water may not be a solution to be healthy in today's polluted world. Very important. So you need to have a very, very balanced approach. A holistic approach is the key for you to become healthier. So I would request every one of you in this platform here, be balanced in everything you do. No doubt you're drinking water, but do not expect that just by drinking water, you're going to become a healthy individual and everything, all the diseases what you have or all the problems what you have is all clear, going to get clear. No, you will face certain situations. Sometime if it is a reaction, your body is going to show. It will be a difficult situation for you to accept that it is reacting. But if your body is responding, definitely it's a beautiful situation. Now, let me go into the cellular level. That is when you need to understand that if a 70 kg man, right, a 70 kg man, do you know how much of water he has in his body? 42 liters of water inside. And inside the cell, it's almost 28 liters. And extracellular is 14 liters, blood and plasma is 3 liters, and transcellular is just 1 liter. Now, that means to say your cell needs more water. That's it. The simple message what I wish to give you is it needs more water. That's it. Now, are you drinking sufficient amount of water? I wouldn't know. So, hydration plays a very, very crucial for all the bodily function. But at the same time, if you're drinking less of water, that is also not good. Now you're going to drink more water, that is also no good. So in that way, what you need to have, once again, a balance. It should be a balance. So there is an optimal amount of water you need to drink. But at the end of the day, there can be a variation of 500 ml to 1 liter for each individual. It all depends on the country where they stay, the climatic condition outside, the place where you're working. If you're working in an aircon atmosphere, probably you will not drink much of water because you won't even feel thirsty. Now, thirst is the first situation that you will feel, but many times in an aircon atmosphere, when all your blood vessels are all contracted, definitely the blood flow is decreased, number one. Number two, definitely the oxygen, everything is started coming down. So what happens is, especially people working in an aircon atmosphere, my clue here I want to give you is, you need to switch off the aircon 10 minutes before you leave your office. That means to say you need to allow your body to get used to the external environmental temperature. For example, if the external temperature is 30 degrees and you are sitting in a 16 degrees temperature, and then suddenly you finish your office and you come out, from 16 degrees, you're exposing your body to 30 degrees. Do you think your body can accept it so easily? It will be wondering what this man is doing. He was all the time for 8 hours in a 16 degrees. Suddenly he's coming out and rushing out with a 30 degrees temperature, which is the environment. Now, this is where your body gets confused of what it needs. It tries to adjust, but many times it finds it difficult to, for example, if your vessel is all closed down there, like, contraction, suddenly you go to the hot climate outside, it has to open up. So there is a probably gush of blood flow, and that can also give rise to a little bit of dizzy feeling. Sometimes you can feel that. Now, these are all small things which you need to look into. So the ideal temperature, what you need to keep in your room is, it must be 3 to 4 degrees less than the outside temperature. So if outside is 30 degrees, so you can have a temperature of between 25 to 26 degrees. Now, how many of you are following this? Please look into it. But of course, you will definitely, one person will question me, Doc, we are all in the centralized AC. What do we do? Now, here I have no solution for it. You have to look into what you need to do. So see how you all are going to adapt to the situation. So ultimately, your cell needs more water for you to move forward. Now, let me get into the dehydration first. That means less of water. If you're going to drink just less of water, what happens is many a times it goes very unnoticed. So many metabolic disturbance begins with dehydration. Now, the best example I can give you is, now, for example, your cell is requiring water. So what it will do is, it will create a situation for you to feel thirsty and you're supposed to drink water. Okay. Now, for whatever the reason, you're busy, you didn't drink water. Now, what happens is this particular cell will actually doesn't have any choice. It already informed you that the thirst signal is already given to you, but you're not taking any measures. Now, what it will do is, the first person it will call the kidneys. It will call the kidneys and tell, boss, This person is not at all listening to me. I told him, I gave him the signal that I need water, but this person is not at all interested in drinking water. He's busy in his, business meetings. So what happens? The kidney will tell the reply back to the cell, don't worry, I will do the needful. I will definitely teach this guy a lesson. What it will do, the kidneys will stop sending the water out of your body. That means your urine will be less. What it will do, it will pick up the water and then push it back into the blood so that your cells can pick that particular water. Now, the requirement of water is probably 1 liter, but your body has only 500 ml of water. Now, what will happen? Definitely, the body will do with whatever little possibilities only. It will try to help you to balance the electrolyte function, the water balance, all this will be done. But what will happen? You finish your meeting and then you try to go to the toilet and you want to pass urine. What will happen? You will have a severe burning sensation. This is the first thing you will understand, that when you drink lesser water, it's a burning sensation. Now, at least you need to go and supply the water to your body and to yourself. So there can be a lot of metabolic disturbances. It can be even confusion. You can have cramps, you can have thirsty feeling, but irritability, tiredness, all this can happen just by having less of water in a mild dehydration cases. So avoid dehydration by drinking the required amount of water. And can you believe the world is 3/4 of water? But at the end of the day, why is that you should be facing a situation wherein you have less of water in your body? Is it because of the external situation, or is it because of your situation which you created because you're a busy body on this planet Earth? No. How many of you even think of this beautiful temple or the body as a vehicle? If this vehicle is not there, and for example, you die, you think you want to come back and run the company, you may have $1 million company. So what? This body goes off, nothing can be, you cannot do anything. So you need to treat this body as the most precious thing what you have in yourself. Forget about business, forget about other external factors. Everything is there, but without this, you cannot move forward. So what you need to understand is drink the sufficient amount of water, prevent dehydration. But there are a lot of people out there who are already drinking more of water because they feel, okay, fine, let me drink more water. What happens? Even overhydration is a problem. The simple example, when you go to the seashore and then you are on the beach, when the waves are lashing out on the shore very beautifully in the pace where you enjoy every moment of wave and the sound. Now just imagine there is a trigger for tsunami. What happens? The water gush will be at a higher pace, isn't it? You think you can sit down there and then enjoy the thing? You will start running for your life. The same way, when you overhydrate, you are actually creating more problem for your kidneys. The kidney will think, why this fellow is drinking so much of water? I can't push the water outside. I can't absorb the water outside. So everything gets diluted, and you start getting the same, more or less, the situation as in a case of dehydration. So you cannot consume more water as well. Now, there is a little clue what I wish to give you is THZ water has got a very, very high absorbing capacity. That means your cellular hydration is much faster and much better. So that means if you're going to drink 3 liters of normal water, and that is you're going to drink THZ water, probably 1 to 1.5 liters is good enough to hydrate your cells. So here I wish to let you know that each individual, you need to decide what amount of water is ideal for you so that you balance yourself with the required amount of water. But there is something called an ideal between 2.5 to 3 liters. Now you need to drink less of THZ water initially, okay? Now here a point to be remembered. If you have been consuming THZ water for 3-4 months and your body has started getting used to it, then probably you need to drink more of THZ water. Is not a problem because the body gets used to it and it's beautifully happy. But there are some people who would be asking me, Doc, every time I'm drinking THZ water, it's okay, very good. Now suddenly I travel and I go to another place where I have no option for getting a THZ water. So what will happen? My body is used to THZ water. I'm going to drink something normal wherein it's not THZ. What I would say is, yes, definitely it's okay for you to drink a normal water, not a THZ water. It's okay. But what will happen is your body will start adapting to the whatever water you're drinking. Now, if you don't get THZ water and you get only the normal water, to drink, definitely the body will get used to it. Okay, now when you're drinking the normal water, how much of hydration it has, or what are the properties where the water has, all this will play an impact. So once again, for you to really see the problem of not drinking the right property of water, it will take another 6 months to 1 year for you to see the difference. So here, do not overhydrate yourself. So now coming back to the technology of terahertz. Of course, this is a subject which is spoken right now in most of the places, but most of us don't even know that there is a terahertz technology available. And here in our terahertz company, what has happened is they have come out with the water. So they are using terahertz for the water, wherein it has some beautiful properties after you resonate the water. That's where the terahertz technology came in. Now, there are a lot of other technologies available in the market. Now, such of those who are all using other techniques and other technologies in the, what I would request you is look into the pros and cons of all the products, whatever is there available and whatever you are using, and you come to a conclusion that which would be the best for you to consume. If you're already consuming, like for example, I did see a few people who have been using ionized water, and then I did a blood test and their hydration was very good. So I said, you just continue that. That's it. It's not that just because the terahertz technology is down there, now the whole world will turn into terahertz water and then everybody is going to drink terahertz water. Sorry. For example, in Malaysia, we have 30 million people. Do you think that all the 30 million is going to buy the terahertz unit and then start using terahertz water? No, it is not going to happen. But as long as it comes to you, look into it and see what are the best possibilities you can do, because what is good for you only will come to you. If terahertz today has come to you, that means there is some information, look into it. Now, what are the beautiful benefits? There are 10 definitely good benefits of this terahertz resonated water. These 10 benefits can be seen in any other water I would draw, but I am concentrating on this terahertz water. I'm telling you, these are the beautiful benefits we have. One is an antibacterial. And these are all tests which already the company has done and that the company has given us the information. So that is how I can boldly tell you that these are the things which happens. Now, antibacterial. This is one thing which you need to, when you drink this water continuously, what will happen is your bad bacteria will be cleared and then the good bacteria starts growing back. So you will become more healthier. So when you're becoming more healthier, your immune system is much better. When your immune system is much better, your health to prevent any event of diseases coming in can be prevented. So it's a cycle. Basically, you need to work on little areas wherein it will help you. Now, it is an antiviral, antifungal, antioxidant effect is there, anti-radiation effect is, and one of the most beautiful is the low viscosity. When a liquid has got a low viscosity, the advantage is more slippery. So when you use a terahertz water and you wash your face, what happens is you will feel as though it is very soapy. You just little bit of soap, you can actually cleanse it much more clearly. So that is where the viscosity plays a very important role. Other than that, for a vehicle, the latest vehicles, if you see the fully synthetic engine oils, is much more smoother, lesser noise, and the engine, your car can be driven at much higher speed because the viscosity. So the same way, just imagine yourself that you're drinking a water with a low viscosity. So that means your bodily function, especially just imagine your joints. The joints is all rough with, painful situation. Now you're drinking this water for a little 3 to 6 months, and probably the joint lubrication is much better with after drinking this water. Probably your endurance is much better after drinking. All can happen, but it all depends on the individual situation of how healthy are you. Now, there is something more beautiful is, I wouldn't know how many of you all know that the water molecule has got an angulation, which is 104 is the right angulation. But for you to have a live water, the angulation should be between 106 to 109. So when you terahertz water, what happens is it increases from 3 to 5 degrees. That means from 104, it can increase to 3 to 5 to 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 degrees. That means it's below 109 degrees. Is definitely a very good situation as live water for it to get absorbed. Number one. Number two, the hardness of water is reduced. Number three, the mineral whatever is available in the water, it is picked up by our body at a much higher rate. And the most beautiful part is when you resonate water with this terahertz technology, it all stands in a single line as a linear technology. So what happens when it's a linear technology, everything starts going one by one. That means your oxygen goes inside, your nutrition goes inside, then the metabolic waste also will come outside. All will happen at the right time, at the right place, in the right given situation. It will start happening. But imagine if 15-20 molecules of water are rushing to go inside the cell. Definitely all this water molecule cannot go inside, so some are staying outside. So this is where many of you would understand that when you have water in the lungs, or your face slightly edematous, or your legs swollen, doctors will tell you that probably your kidney is a problem, or probably there's a lot of water. Now, where is the water? It's not in your cell. It's the extracellular fluid which is already there, and that is what is giving you the problem. And that is when a doctor will give you a medicine to pass more urine, so that the extracellular fluid is drawn out onto the blood, and then you will pass more urine. So these are all temporary measures, is good. But at the end of the day, you need to have more water in your cell, not in your extracellular fluid. Now, so that is where the linear arrangement plays a very important role. And of course, these are all fine information wherein it supports the telomere, the energy field. These are all very fine. I wouldn't go too much detail into it, because definitely there are a lot of good benefits when you drink this water in a long run. Now, very simple, low frequency oscillation is between 0.5 to 15 hertz is called the low frequency, and the living cells resonate between 0.3 to 13 hertz, and the brain cell, I was talking to you about the brain cells, right, resonate between 0.3 to 30 hertz. So 7 is an ideal. Our terahertz is between 7 to 7.6 is our terahertz resonance. So definitely your brain, it is more like a Schumann's energy, which is 7.83, and you will be at a much more calmer situation when you're drinking water. So that means to say, just out of out of the box, like people who drink this water probably can become like a very, like a saint, wherein you don't get angry, you're very much calmer, you're a cool guy, something like that. So probably when you drink this water for a very long time, well, I hope that you guys can do this. Okay, what are the main benefits of its easy absorption, better removal of toxic wastes from the body, cells, tissues. Hydration is much better absorption of nutrients. Very simple. Okay. Now, what happens when you do this? There is, for every action, there is a equal and opposite reaction. But here, what I would say, for every action, there is always a beneficial action, which is the result of what you have done. Okay. It's like, you do good, you will get back good, something like that. Okay, so you did the benefit the body by drinking the right amount of water. Your cells are healthy, the cellular functions are better, then better control of disease. Now this is where you need to understand, if at all you all are having some disease, for whatever the reasons are, you can have a better control. Now, as I'm repeatedly telling you, balance is the key, balance is the key, balance is the key. When you can balance yourself, go slow so that your body can accommodate, and then it can move forward. You can walk from illness to wellness. This is what should be your goal. Illness is I, wellness is we. That means we all work as a team. So that means I'm talking about your whole body. Every organ combined together. When they function optimally, you will be a healthy individual. Correct? Now, in that way, your focus is whatever illness you have, diseases it's all okay. You can have it, but look into wellness. Okay. Now, wellness, I'm not talking about we of the outside. We of the outside is not. It is the we of the inside. We means I'm talking about 50 trillion cells inside your body. I'm talking about all the organs. There are around 70 to 90 organs inside your body. There are around 200 plus bones. Muscles are 600 plus. Now, all should become we. Now, every organ works individually. They are very smart, actually. Every organ will work individually if you don't help them out. So automatically there is a chaotic situation. So there needs to be an amicable agreement between all the parties of your organs, so that you get the benefit of having an optimized wellness. So look into it. Now, other than that, thinking of out of the box, once again, I want to share this. This guy, Dr. Luc Montagnier, has done a wonderful research by, adding a resonated low frequency water. Now, he has done a research with this Schumann's energy, wherein the DNA could be reconstructed when you resonate at that particular. Now, when the resonation was taken out, definitely the DNA could not retain the. This is a very good information at the DNA level, at the cellular level. Now, this is where, what is your problem to drink this water? Why are you having so many questions? Well, if I drink this water, what will happen if I drink this? Yes, you need to be careful. As I told you, have a balanced life's journey. Everything will fall in place. Of course, from outside, people may not be able to help you. They can give you a suggestion. They can tell you this is the best available. But at the end of the day, one man's meat is another man's poison. It's always like that. For him, it's beautiful, but for you, it may not be. But still, I would say you need to look into all the angles and then start working on it. So my take home message to every one of you here is, once again, the same balance and balance and balance. Very important. Be focused on what you want and then start working on it. Collect all the information, what is possible for you to, from the external, from the books, from the Google, everywhere, you collect it. But at the end of the day, you need to analyze what is that you need, what is it your body needs. Your body may not need whatever is outside, what is available outside, right? What you need to go for it. So, number one, THZ Resonate water has been doing a great job. For the past 3 months, I've been using it and I've been recommending it. There are a lot of wonderful benefits I'm looking into it. Start with 500 ml initially, go slow on the terahertz, and then you need to split the water, maybe 50 to 100 ml every time you drink. Sipping, it's like drinking alcohol. You cannot just one shot gulp alcohol. You need to sip it up. So the same way, water, if you can sip it, what happens? Just imagine you're going to sip the water, put it in your mouth and just keep it in your mouth and slowly swallow it. Now, what happens? Before even it goes inside your stomach, your cells are so happy at the mouth area, esophagus area, it just gets absorbed. So what happens? You're allowing your body to do the function at the first step itself. Now, if you're going to drink 500 ml of water, everything goes into your stomach and from there it goes down, what will happen? Chances are very high that you may have a diarrhea. You may probably go to pass urine in the next 15-20 minutes. It will happen because you have drank one shot. But if you drink it slowly, what will happen? It will take its own time, because only when the water in the extracellular fluid is more, it will push it into the blood, and then the blood will tell the kidney, boss, this fellow has drank more of water, please throw it out. So this is what will happen. So you need to divide. Now stop looking, I repeat it, stop looking for a cure for diseases. Very important. You need to allow your body to respond to, if you're changing the water to terahertz, you give an opportunity for your body to, respond slowly, accommodate and acclimatize to the situation, and then slowly you can help your body to heal itself. Allow your body to access healing by your positive approach, positive lifestyle, positive mindset. All these are all very, very important. So when you start doing this, now finally, please take responsibility of your own self. Do not blame others for whatever the situation is. We can go on blaming everybody under the sun, but at the end of the day, your mind is only feeding your ego that yes, you're so happy blaming the other person. But at the end of the day, by blaming, what did you gain? Nothing, right? Did you find a solution? Nothing, right? So in that way, take responsibility. Life becomes more beautiful. And very important message: nobody has died because of drinking water. Nobody. But if you are having an issue with the kidneys, if you are having a kidney issue with your lungs, of course the doctor will tell you, please do not drink more water. Definitely yes, because it's the only way for you to help you. But it's a common sense. Let's look into it. Now probably you need to drink less of water. It's very good. We totally agree with it. But your body needs minimum of 2 to 2.5 liters for your brain to function, for your eyes to function, your lungs to function, liver to function, other than the kidneys. And now the kidney is a problem. That's why we drink less water. Now, there are other organs which needs water. You're actually reducing the water and doing what? Then how are you going to help the body? Now, this is where I would like to give you a little more information that why not you take bath? Why not you spray your whole body with terahertz water from outside? When it gets absorbed into your cell, at least the cell from your muscle tissues, it starts, maybe when you spray to the scalp area, probably it will get absorbed. A little bit of water, at least hydrate your body through the external spray, will probably help you to move forward. Sipping is the best way, and it has to be done very slowly. Understand your body before you even blame or complain about the external situation. My very sincere and humble request to every one of you is, stop complaining, start complimenting. This is the most beautiful way of life. Start complimenting. The more you compliment, it can be your body, it can be the outside, it can be the people outside. It doesn't matter. Go on complimenting. The only area where you can complain is you can complain in a police station. Now, what happens in a police station? Of course, you can complain, and at the end of the day, get what? If the solution is available, they will give you the solution. Otherwise, the complaint is still there only, right? But in your life, if you can compliment more and more, you will never have a situation for complaining, because life is so beautiful that you will get the best of everything in life. So this is where you have to look at how do you compliment. And finally, take charge of your life. Do not overhydrate or underhydrate. Start consuming the THZ water from lower, probably 100 ml, increase it. Slowly increase it. See how your body responds. Make your body to respond and not to react. And you can mix this water. You can boil this water, THZ water. There are a lot of good things of this particular. Of course, people will ask, can I keep it in the metal and all? Yes, you can keep it maybe for the first 1-2 hours. But it has been told that if you keep in a metal, what will happen is maybe the molecular structure will change a little bit. So the best option for you is prepare it freshly, drink it freshly. But how long can you keep this water? It has been told that we can keep up to 1.5 months, but there are situations where 3 to 6 months also the water doesn't change. The best example I can give you is in my wellness center, where I have a water fountain. I put the THZ water sometime on the 30th of September, and now it's almost 3.5 months, and I just top up the THZ water. Can you believe there are no mosquito larvae inside? Before that, every 10 days I need to clean. The second one is there will be a lot of dusty thing coming and collecting, and I need to clean it up. But now I don't have to do it. In the 3.5 months, I've never done it. I've never cleaned my water. It's still the same, and water is sparkling clean. What else do you want? This is all practically I see with my own eyes. You also do the same way, experiment it and start moving forward. Okay. And you can prepare coffee, tea, mix it with juices. You can do it. And do not jump into conclusion about the water, as it's always safer to know your limit and start working on it. And you have to stop feeding your body with wrong substances. It starts with your mind. It starts with your physical food, and it starts with your air, it starts with your water, and it's all, everything is included in that. Wrong means I'm talking about everything. So holistically look at how you can optimize your body by eating the right balanced food and right balanced journey of life. Now, as a medical doctor, definitely I wish to disclaim that this water is going to cure this disease or that disease. There is no claim, but it is you who have to move forward. Its only reason is that definitely probably in the next 1 to 2 years, I might probably pick up a lot of information on the water, probably present it in my medical fraternity and tell them that this water I've given it to this number of people and there's a benefit I've got. So we need to work on it, but definitely we will be able to get, the future will be ranking the right kind of water for us to become more healthier. And let's all work on that area. Until I meet you all again, once again, thank you and bless you in abundance. And thank you, Angie. Thank you, Mr. Neo. Thank you, THZ, Sindhyan Bharat. Thank you, Akanksha. And thank you, all of you, every one of you who have been here on this beautiful day. Thank you so much. And I love you all. Stay healthy and be healthy and run your journey to the best of your abilities. Thank you. Meet you again.